I want to talk to you how menopause shocked this doctor and how I took it back, how I took back control. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Dr. Lori Marbus. I'm a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician and also a menopause certified practitioner. And I'm so excited to have you here because I want to share with you today my own personal journey through this perimenopause menopause transition and how I learned through suffering how to turn back, to the self that I felt before menopause threw me off the cliff. So let's dive right in, and I'm going to share with you how you can do this too. First of all, as a doctor with a background in lifestyle medicine, I thought I had all the tools to handle aging gracefully. I had been running a personal best, I was managing my stress, following a healthy, whole food, plant based diet. But at the age of 53, just after running a PR with my daughter at the Boston Half Marathon last year, menopause hit me like a brick wall. Suddenly, I found myself dealing with a range of unexpected symptoms. Really, the most significant was the severe joint pain and stiffness that made it hard for me to move. Then I began to have hot flashes that would just kind of come out of nowhere and rumble up and then disappear, just leaving you kind of drenched in sweat. And my sleep disturbances, when I thought I was just a light sleeper, were getting worse, right? I would wake up at 3 o'clock, but it was a weird sensation. I would have like this someone knocking on the door, and then the heater would blow on, right? It's like the night sweat. So, but it wasn't the night sweat that woke me up. It was something that woke me up right before the night sweat. It was really weird. And then even more than that, I was shocked at how my LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, oh my goodness, spiked above 100 for the first time in my life, right? This really was raising concerns about my cardiovascular health. My real dad had his first heart attack at 38. My mom's dad died at 46. And I had just had a coronary artery calcium score that was 0. So that's fantastic. But I was like, well, what does this mean for the next 5 or 10 years? Like, what is going on in this poor body of mine? And despite all my efforts, menopause literally upended my well being in ways I had not anticipated. I teach people how to, control their cholesterol and lose weight. I mean, I've been doing this for over a decade now. But how did this happen to me all within a matter of a few weeks? Well, first of all, when menopause is more than hot flashes, folks. So when people think of menopause, they only think of hot flashes typically. But menopause is a full body experience, literally, that can affect everything from your joints and sleep to your heart health. Here are some of the less discussed symptoms that really took me by surprise. Joint pain and stiffness, up to 50% of menopausal women experience joint issues, right? Often dismissed as just aging, but they're a direct result of hormonal changes, making it critical that we address them holistically. Number two, sleep disturbances. About 40 to 60 menopausal women struggle with sleep, often due to night sweats or anxiety. And poor sleep just doesn't leave you tired. It's linked to increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, weight gain. I mean, if you're struggling with weight, maybe your sleep habits are a big part of that as well. Next is cardiovascular risk, right? So hot flashes aren't just a symptom. They can be an early warning sign for cardiovascular disease, a canary in the coal mine, so to speak. So, frequent or intense hot flashes are associated with a higher risk of heart problems, really making them a crucial marker for women's health. And I did a video just a few days ago about that. Definitely want to check it out, how hot flashes can be the really just telling you, hey, you need to get your heart checked out. And I walk you through all the different tests and stuff you should be asking your doctor for. So this led me to create something what I describe as a perimenopause and menopause evaluation checklist. Okay. I realized that many women don't have a clear roadmap for navigating menopause. They're not sure what symptoms to track or what to ask their doctors, how to advocate for their health. And that's why I created the perimenopause and menopause evaluation checklist. That link is below. It's completely free. It's a very straightforward tool to help women identify symptoms, ask the right questions, and take charge of your own healthcare. So, so important. And I really wanted to provide this free resource that honestly I wish so many of my patients would have had. If I'd have known that I could provide something like this before, I would have. But I'm here now. I'm doing the best I can. Next is really just, understanding, you in medical school, yeah, you understand there's this thing called menopause, but until you experience it, especially if you're doing everything you think is right and you're humming along and then things just drastically change. Wow, I wish there were a few things I would have known ahead of time that would have better prepared me for the mental shock and the emotional shock, the physical shock, just the shock in general of what menopause was bringing to my door. One is that joint pain is hormonal, or can be hormonal. I never thought, my hips and my stiffness were connected to menopause, but they absolutely were. And those hormonal shifts can trigger intense joint pain. It would disturb my sleep. I couldn't lay on one side. I couldn't lay on the other. Ugh. Anyway, next, our sleep problems are definitely a health risk, right? So important. We understand sleep can increase risk for heart disease and different things, but the menopause sleep disturbances, again, they don't just affect your energy, they have an impact on your overall health. So it's one more risk factor to be thinking about when we're thinking about your sleep quality. As I like to say, we spend a third of our lives asleep. It's important for a reason. It's when the janitorial crew comes in and they clean up the metabolic debris that's been left after been, an all day thinking and doing and living life. So important that we understand sleep is crucial to a woman's health. And we cannot just be, brushed off when you walk into your doctor's office like, oh, this is just part of menopause, suck it up. There are absolutely things you can do. Again, like I mentioned earlier, hot flashes are a red flag. I truly did not understand that until I started reading the data about understanding hot flashes and the risk showing you as, like I said, the canary in the coal mine as for your cardiovascular risk. If I would have known that as a physician practicing medicine for over 20 years now, I would have even paid more closer attention to women who were coming in and complaining of this. It wasn't just more of a, inconvenience, a sweat. This is a really serious thing we have to pay attention to. Next is menopause is a whole body event. Whole body, head, skin, genitals, libido, cholesterol, everything. It's everything, joints, you name it. And so this is why we have to think of menopause in a comprehensive approach, right? It's so important that we sit down and look inward and understand what is going on in our bodies. And menopause does one thing well. I will tell you, it stops you in your tracks. We spent the first probably half century of our lives literally serving others, helping others, not paying attention to ourselves, putting ourselves literally on the back burner. I see hundreds and hundreds of women every single year telling me how they can't do this because they have these family obligations or they have these work obligations. Menopause says, enough. You're going to turn around and you're going to pay attention to yourself, and you're going to listen, or you're going to have to deal with some things. And I'm going to make it so uncomfortable till you do that you have to pay attention to me. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And so, yeah, I want to give you as many tools, and that's why I made the checklist. But I also have a free webinar. It's called Master Metabolism and Feel Fabulous. And, if you're still struggling with perimenopause, menopause, or even postmenopause and you have more health questions, you don't have to do this alone. You can join me for my free webinar. Again, it's completely free. The link is below. And you're going to learn there, you're going to learn the top 3 mistakes that women make in managing menopause that can worsen symptoms. And then you're going to learn about my 5-step blueprint that I use on myself to really learn how to feel better. And it absolutely worked. And I wanted to share that with you. So definitely take a look at that free webinar below. If anything, please get the free checklist. Again, you may know this already, but download it and share it with a friend, please. You don't even have to say where you got it. Just send it to whomever you think would benefit. And I just want people to feel better. So again, menopause isn't just something to survive. It's really a phase to master, and you don't have to be alone. So I will be here, try to be here every day, sharing more and more information as I learn, trying to put it in a context, in a system that you can utilize to improve your life And if you found this beneficial, please feel free to subscribe, share this video with a friend, a sister, a colleague, a coworker. And again, you don't have to be here, do this alone. So as always, I'm sending gratitude, joy, love, and peace and healing your way, because we need more of that in our lives and in this world. So thanks for spending some time with me today. And as always, I'll see you next time, and have a beautiful weekend, everyone.